Well, good morning and welcome back to Faith on the Move. Today you're going to find me in Mirfield. I'm making our way on the St Paulinus Way to, where are we going today? We're going to go to Wakefield. But on the way we're going to be passing through Dewsbury and going to stop off at Dewsbury Minster, through the towns of Ossett, beautiful little town of Ossett, and then onto Wakefield Cathedral with a bit of luck. Anyways, weather's changed. The drought, I think, has ended. The trees are looking worse for wear though because of the drought, but hopefully they're going to pick up now that some rain has fallen. And yeah, it's going to be an interesting day. I don't know how much filming I'll be able to do because most of this is, as I say, going through the industrial towns. So, next stop is Dewsbury Minster, number 4 of the St Paulinus Way. Let's get on. Well, welcome to St Paulinus Chapel here in Dewsbury Minster. Dewsbury Minster is a fascinating place. If you ever get a chance to come in here, make sure you do. It's got an exhibition on St Paulinus and the old Anglo-Saxon crosses and the area where Edwin and Paulinus brought Christianity. Now, Paulinus actually built the first church on this site, which was made of wood, and he used to baptize people in the river close by, in the River Calder. I certainly wouldn't baptize people in the River Calder today. You don't know what you catch, but in those days, of course, the rivers were much cleaner than what they are now. So yeah, here we are, St Paulinus Chapel, and I hope some of the pictures that I take of the exhibition do it justice. So make sure you come here. The staff on the entrance as you come in are very knowledgeable about St Paulinus, and it's great talking to them because you learn so much. They were saying that this was one of the main churches in the area of Northumberland. This one in Dewsbury, then York, and then the other one was in Lincoln, and they were the main ones in that medieval time. So Edwin and Paulinus, they spread Christianity throughout Northumberland, which at this particular time was Northumberland here, not West Yorkshire. And there was an attempt on Edwin's life one day, and this was just before Edwin's wife, Ethelberga, was about to give birth to their first child. And it was one of Edwin's loyal subjects stood in front of Edwin as an arrow was let loose. So he was killed and Edwin survived. And Paulinus put this down to the fact of the birth, because that night, the birth of Edwin's and Ethelberga's child was born. And so Paulinus insisted that he baptized that child, Edwin's daughter. And who knows, he could have baptized them in the river, just off to here. There was a cross, a wooden cross, which was no longer here, and it's been broken up. And part of that cross was taken by St Helena of Constantinople, and part of that cross that was here on this site, I believe, is supposed to be in Rome. Magnificent. It's great to be here, the chapel of St Paulinus. Well, you find me on the busy road outside Dewsbury Minster, and just as I was coming out, on the side of a wall, somebody had written Luke chapter 8 verse 17 in the Gospels. So lucky enough, got my Bible with me, so let's have a look, see what it is. If I can find it, that is. There we go. Let's have a quick look. Glasses on. Luke chapter 8 verse 17. Interesting. Luke 7, Luke 8 verses 17. Right, well, this is interesting. Okay, I'm going to read it to you guys. Whatever is hidden away will be brought out into the open, and whatever is covered up will be found and brought to light. Well, hazard a guess of why that was put on the wall, but I can hazard a guess, which I'll probably tell you about in a minute when I've departed Dewsbury. See you guys soon. Well, you find me now on the edge of Ossett. I've just come out of Dewsbury and walked up the old railway track, up the hill through the tunnels, and here we are looking across the view and all the way to the Elmsley Moor Tower, telecommunications tower it used to be. I don't know whether it's called that anymore. I'm going to point to it. If you can see, I might not be hitting it. It's about there, if you can see all that way. It's been a lovely walk up from Dewsbury, up this old railway track, but as you can still see, you know, they're still parched, and there's been a bit of rain, so hopefully that's the end of the drought and things will start greening up again. I know the old rowan trees have really suffered and they're looking really poor, and I'll grab some pictures of them, I think, for you, so you can see how bad they are, you know, due to this drought. But anyway, I didn't show you much of Dewsbury apart from the Minster, which was absolutely wonderful, by the way, and the ladies in the Minster were absolutely incredible. They told me a lot of history about Paulinus, and it was really nice, really pleasant in there. So if you're ever, as I said before, if you're ever that way, make sure you pop into Dewsbury Minster. No need to go into Dewsbury itself. Dewsbury herself has lost its former glory. It was one of the major manufacturers for woolen blankets, but in around about the mid-90s, the duvet was discovered, and the sort of woolen blanket market collapsed overnight, and Dewsbury was left as a poor area, and it's not recovered, really, which is a shame. I think the demographics of Dewsbury, trying to think, census of 2021, 49% were Muslim, 21% Christian, and the rest were non-faith or Hindu, Sikh, that type of thing. We're now going to go into the market town of Ossett, as I say, which is a shoddy town. But it's not a shoddy town, it's actually a very beautiful town. It's probably the best town around this area, actually. I think I talked about shoddy before on my episode 1, but shoddy was from the rag and bone trade, where the rag and bone men would go around and getting cloths and blankets and stuff like that nobody else wanted anymore. You know, it's got rips in it, tears in it. Took it to these shoddy factories, and what they would do, they would tease out all the fibres, and what was left, the byproduct what was left, was called shoddy. That's why they were called shoddy towns, not because they were, you know, shoddy towns, but because of the shoddy material that was left. In any case, what happened was that they used all the fibres, so they teased out all the fibres, and then they reattached all the fibres and put them back into yarn, so that they could send them off down to the probably the Dewsbury woolen blanket factories, and they could reuse them. So really, it was probably the first recycling, I would have thought, and it made Ossett very, very rich. These shoddy factories made Ossett very, very rich, and it's kept its character, it's kept its former glory, really. Demographics of Ossett: 51% Christian, 3% Muslim, Sikh, or other faiths, and the rest are non-faith people. But it's a lovely town. I'm only just going to be bypassing it, so I hope I can get a couple of shots of Ossett, because as I say, it's the best town in the area, really. Anyway, I'm going to sit here for a while and take in the view and enjoy enjoy a drink and a bite to eat. So after this we're going to crack on to Wakefield, and Wakefield for Cathedral. Let's get going, and I'll see you guys very soon. Okay, so we're leaving the Calder Valley and the textile industry, and now we're heading towards the old coal producing areas of the UK, and we're just about to pass under the M1 motorway along this route. And the M1 motorway, of course, goes from London all the way up to I think it's the A64 York turning, where it then becomes the A1M motorway and carries on all the way through Newcastle and up into Northumberland. So yeah, out of the textile industry into the coal industry. Well, I've got to say, whoever drew up the St Paulinus Way has done a very good job, because I've been to Wakefield many times and I never knew this way, which is sort of a green way in, and I thought I was going to have trouble, especially through the towns, through the mill towns, have trouble finding any green parts, but up until now it's been absolutely fantastic. Well, from Wakefield we're going to Leeds, so I'd like to see, ooh, martins, house martins, just passing me, like, wow, there must be a lot of what the words, a lot of flies and gnats and stuff along here, because they're going mad. I don't know if you can see them. But anyway, start again. Whoever took this route, fantastic. As I say, I've got to go to Leeds now, and I'm hoping for more of the same to get into the centre of Leeds. Wow, fantastic. Let's get up to the cathedral, shall we? Well, you find me back home. That was a lovely walk, better than I thought it was going to be. Dewsbury was a bit of a sad walk through Dewsbury, but of its former glory than now what it is. But apart from that, everywhere else was absolutely stunning. I was shocked about getting through Wakefield in such a green area, and it certainly took you through the best parts of Wakefield, so that was really good. I finished off at the Cathedral. I was going to say a little bit about the proverb that I saw chalked on Dewsbury Minster. I don't know if you can remember it. It was Luke 8, chapter 8, verse 17, and it was about light being hidden away, if you can remember. And it comes from the proverb that Jesus told about a lamp under a bowl. And I'll read you the whole of that passage. So it'll be verse 16 to verse 18. People do not light a lamp and cover it with a bowl, or put it under a bed. Instead, they put it on a lampstand, so that the people will see the light as they come in. Whatever is hidden away will be brought out into the open, and whatever is covered up will be found and brought to light. Be careful then how you listen, because those who have something will be given more, but those who had nothing will have taken away from them every little they think they have. So what it's saying is, make sure that you're listening, because if you're listening, you have it all. If you're not listening, you'll have nothing. And I think what it's trying to say is that the light, being the word of God and the word of the Gospels, will be spread out around the world. So always look out for the light that's shining bright. That's my interpretation anyway. So I hope you liked this edition of Faith on the Move. This was number 4, from Mirfield to Wakefield. Before I finish, I was chatting to the ladies at the Minster. I don't know whether I've said this or not, but I was chatting to the ladies at the Minster, and they were telling me that there's only really 3 churches that Paulinus was involved in around this area. That was the one in Dewsbury Minster, of course, which he built, the one in York, which is now York Minster, which he built, and the one in Lincoln. And these were, of course, wooden structures before they were made into these beautiful churches. So actually Wakefield Cathedral wasn't around when Paulinus was walking these up around these parts. Anyway, there's more about Paulinus to come, and so I can hope you can find me on chapter number 5, when we'll be starting to walk towards Leeds. So yep, thanks for watching, guys. If you liked it, give a thumbs up. If you want to subscribe to this channel, please subscribe. There'll be more faith walks coming, and say number 5 of the St Paulinus, or should I say Paulinus, because I was told by the ladies in Dewsbury Minster that it's Paulinus and not Paulinus. So St Paulinus Way. Okay, you'll probably hear me say Paulinus later on. Alright guys, take care, God bless you all, and I'll see you on the next adventure.